Hello, my name is Samantha D, and for this video, we will be executing experiment number 1, DC machines connections. Now, first we have to load the lab vault workstation and set up our workplace. So for this experiment, we will we will be performing 4 machine connections, namely series motor connection, shunt motor connection, long shunt compound motor connection, and the short shunt compound motor connection. Now, to execute this, we must first get our equipments, which are the DC motor generator, the prime mover, the data acquisition interface, and lastly, the power supply. Now that we've got these, let's set up the connections. So now that we've done that, let's execute the series motor connection. All right, now that's it for our connections. Let's pull up the metering so that we can observe the voltage and center it. Now, all right. First, we have to turn on the data acquisition interface so that it reads, and then get the voltage control knob. Put it here. Then let's power it up. So let's say we turn it up to 58% so that it won't exceed the uh, nameplate rating of the motor, which is 120 volts. So to see that, we press this and there. For 58%, our voltage is 82.7 and the RPM is 2128. That is for the series motor connection. Moving on to the shunt motor connection, let's first turn the knob back down to 0 and turn off the power supply. Once we've done that, everything goes back down to 0 and now we can change the connections. Now that is our connection for the shunt motor. Let's read the knob percentage, voltage, and RPM again by turning it up to 58. So with 58%, our voltage would be 82.9 and the RPM calculated is 1030. So that's that for shunt motor connection. Moving on to the long shunt motor compound motor connection. We turn this thing back down again and turn off the power supply. So since it's still a shunt connection, not much would be changed in its connections. We just have to alter some. So 1 is connected to 4, 3 is connected to 5, 5 is connected to 7. Now that's it for the long shunt compound motor connection. Let's power it up again and boost it up to 58%. Now with 58%, we have 82.36 as our voltage and 955 RPM, which is significantly lower than the series motor connection. Let's put it back down again and turn off the power supply for a new connection, which is the short shunt compound motor connection. Now for the short shunt, not much would change as well, only a few connections, just these two. Since 1 is 4 and 3 will be connected to 7. Now that is the connections for our short shunt compound motor. Let's start it and see the results. Now at 58%, we have 82.4 as our voltage and 934 our RPM. Now that is all for the first experiment. We only tested the DC machine connections and its respective outputs. Thank you for watching.